split will be denied the Gwen. The Wukong again for Shun makes a lot of sense. It does mean, however, that Weibo may be able to pick up something like this Kalista, which has been quite potent. We saw in game 1 it delivered when it had that momentum. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kalista Viego, just a repeat of what we saw from them on their 1-2 in that game 1. Now for IG, you could answer in the bot lane. You could look to pick up a mid laner, but it looks like they might be going for something, and they are going for something indeed. Draven Nautilus. So point and click CC to lock down the Kalistas. You can't hop away from the ultimate. And then the Draven to answer pound for pound in the aggression.
Yeah, I love it. There are 3 Draven players in the LPL. Jackulov, obviously. Huanfeng is one of them that's known for it. And Wink is the 3rd. Has a great matchup for himself. Knows how to use this champion. This actually, I'm suddenly very confident for IG. Like, having such a strong bot lane matchup like this, having a way to find an advantage early on, I feel like this is going to be a tough game to win for Weibo.
Yeah, and the thing is with the Kalista is you can't exactly just play at range and scale. You have to be up close to contest waves, to trade, and Draven can really challenge that now. We do see IG targeting some of those engaged supports. Maybe you could even see the Rel come out here as a ban from them, as we saw that paired with the Kalista before and be so effective. Weibo, on the other hand, they picked up that Ahri, so they have like double reset champs in the mid jungle, and they're now banning away champions that could cause issue. The Lissandra gone, the LeBlanc gone. That Vex still available for Yuekai if he does want to pick it up here. We'll see if IG commit to the Rel ban. They will. Does mean that they haven't really trimmed the pool for the Shy at all. We'll get the Alistar coming in. Makes sense. Again, you want that engager. I feel like here for IG, you could just go Vex Gnar in this situation. Gnar, decent blind. You could go in a different direction, though, right? We saw the Swain consistently banned away in this series, although typically it was banned away by IG. And the Silas is also a good matchup into the Ahri.
Yeah, I mean, if IG are the ones banning it, they obviously value the pick, and they're going to lock it in here for Yuekai. So a lot of team fight power. From what I'm hearing, we'll have to wait and see how that's going to function up against Angel's Ahri. They're now down towards, towards that top lane because we need the blind pick for Zika. What's he going to take up against TheShy?
I think Gnar makes a lot of sense. Again, the biggest weakness of Gnar was when you're in mini and under tower, you can be dove. Harder to dive with the extra durability, and with towers being super strong, you can just have a comfortable matchup in most champions. And on top of that, percentage HP damage on your W is something we highlight as being really strong. So a great blind, and I think IG pretty happy with what they got in this game. It's still hovering, There's no way they do it again. There's no way. Oh my God.
There's no way. Never say those words with TheShy. Never say never. If you don't love him at his game, game 2, you don't deserve him at his game number 1. Just locks it in again. I love it.
Who can go 1-8 on a champion and then pick it in the next game? I am perplexed. It is an okay matchup, right? You know, you're going to be able to... I mean, early you'll be harassed down a bit by the Gnar, but it does eventually get to the point where, like, you'll out-trade him at level 6 when he's in mini form. I still don't know what to say, honestly. The fact that TheShy is bringing this out again. Clearly, they've had some success with this in scrims when TheShy is able to scale up. But yeah, I guess maybe the thought process is that everyone's going to be so heavily invested in the bot lane with it being Draven versus Kalista that he'll just be on his own little island and he'll get to do his thing.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, it was AD Kayle in game number 1. With a Kalista on side, perhaps he can go AP Kayle in game number 2. I'm no expert on Kayle builds. I won't pretend to be, but perhaps there's an avenue where he can play it a slightly different style here for game number 2, and maybe that'll be the difference maker for TheShy. I just love the commitment. I love that he's like, you know what? The pick wasn't the problem. It was just that SofM was jungling too much and not ganking top enough.
Yeah, I will say I much prefer the AP build to the AD build, and I think it's the much more popular one right now in solo queue. I think it's like Riftmaker typically Mythic is much higher win rate. And obviously you have things like Nash's Tooth that you can build as well. I think it was a damage profile thing, the reason why I went for the AD build last time. Yeah. Even though they had Viego Senna, so you'd think he'd be okay. But regardless, we'll see what he goes for in this game. Either way, it's something. It's something indeed.
It certainly is. We'll have to wait and see. I'm curious about this Swain pick, though. Yuekai on the Swain up against Angel as... Oh, no. Look at... Okay, they're backing away. Never mind. I thought we were going to see the level 1 cheese there from Xinliu. And to be honest, I feel like it would have worked. I'm surprised they're backing away, especially if Shun is going to start on the top side.
Yeah, potentially fishing for that opportunity, but don't really want to flip it on that. I feel like one of the things with Alistar as well is like if someone face checks into you, it's really strong. But obviously closing the distance is a different matter. I will say for the Swain to address it, I played a lot of Swain before he got reworked. The rework did a lot of things that really benefit him. One of them is that his ultimate, it now keeps going essentially endlessly as long as you're draining enough people. It will like run out of time if you're not draining like enough champions eventually, and after a few seconds the drain rate goes up. But another really nice quality of life change is that you can pop it and do that burst of damage, and it doesn't end your ult. One of the big problems Swain had before was that you'd be channeling your ult, you'd pop it, and if it didn't kill someone, you are now pretty useless. So great into short range compositions where you can drain multiple people. And if you look at Weibo's composition, it is a pretty short range composition. You know, Ahri can definitely kite outside your effective range, but for everyone else, you know, until Kayle gets level 16, if she's hitting you, you will be able to be in range to be draining her. So pretty solid overall. A lot of close range damage and quite bulky as well in these long extended fights.
I'm just wondering at this point, is this our life now? Is this just a TheShy thing? Or are we just going to see Kayle scaling up every single game? Bit of a trade in the bottom side, but it won't lead too much. I feel like going for this confidently twice in a row. I feel like it could be a better thing.
Look, TheShy last split played Ghost TP, Grasp, Victor top, and went like 0-6. This is not a good game to judge the meta on. TheShy will do what TheShy does. He has his own meta, right? So I will hold any predictions based on that until we get to see a bit more. But for now, we know what TheShy's meta is, and that is pick blind Kayle and just go for it.
Just wing it, literally. We'll have to see if it's going to work out for him this time in a pretty tough matchup once again against range this time. But Gnar doesn't necessarily have the same level of kill threat that a Riven will have. So maybe could be better for him. We'll have to wait and see if Xun and Yuekai will focus on that top side again, or whether they'll look towards bottom side, right? Because Wink is on this Draven. Feels like if they can get him ahead, that's a win condition in of itself.
That's my expectation. I think bot lane will be more of a priority, especially because the problem is top. You expect the Gnar to have be shoving the wave in quite consistently. Could see a gank come out here though.
We'll see a gank come out here. Is Angel forced to flash up towards the top side here? And look at this, they can hold the wave for Yuekai, or they can just clear the wave. Either one works. So that'll push back towards Angel now. But it shouldn't impact too much as it will be fairly neutral. But flash burn on the side of Angel. So another repeat gank here from Xin Liu. They're just going to go to the mid lane again.
Yeah, but you can see Angel knows his jungler is on the top side, is playing very defensively to this side of the map. The skill shots don't connect from Yuekai. They aren't able to find the repeat gank. They still have a time on the flash, but one of the big things with Ahri is here flash being down is only really relevant for another 2 levels. Once you hit 6, it's kind of hard to find a gank with that ultimate available, so the flash being down isn't as important.
Weirdly enough, well, and not weirdly enough, Xin Liu has been roaming this entire game so far. He's ganked mid twice now. It actually means Huanfeng is ahead on TS now. There is a big wave pushing towards Wink, so we should be able to close that gap a little bit, but does remove some of that lane pressure that you typically want to find when you're running with a Draven in the bottom side.
Well, maybe the thought process is if you get an advantage mid, it'll pay dividends down towards the bot lane. There is one thing to be said. One of the cool things about Swain is your W is such a long range that you can honestly just throw it. Like, you don't even have to move far to be able to reach bot lane. And especially if you have something like a Nautilus, if Nautilus goes for an engage and you're in range just to throw your W down, it can actually contribute quite a lot in terms of like all-in damage to securing a kill. So be interested to see if that one comes out. You can see often when they were going for those ganks, Yuekai would try and set up initially with the W to try and corral Angel to walking in a certain position, or just to catch that slow onto him, as the slow is pretty powerful.
Certainly is. It's, Angel just trying to shove this wave in as much as he can. We'll be able to get that underneath the tower before the TP is there.
They were going for the ganks from the bot side, and now they're like, okay, we'll try for the top side. Every approach possible.
Xin Liu is not a bot lane support, okay? He's a mid lane support. It's the new meta. Look, there was a big patch. We've changed how League of Legends works fundamentally, apparently. Zika is doing a TheShy, if you will. There's a great stun out from SofM. Very nicely done. First blood for TheShy. And, well, SofM happy to grab himself an assist. That is just too much and not enough gain from the side of Zika. Forced to overextend for the wave.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is that he tries to overextend to finish off the wave, even though he's super low. has to burn the TP anyway, and the wave is still in a bad spot, so didn't really get himself out of that situation. But he is healthy now, so hopefully that does mean he won't just get return ganked once again, especially as Kayle has limited setup and now no flash for SofM. But yeah, Kayle getting an early kill, definitely not what you want to see. And right now, TheShy has matched his kill score from game 2 with that one on the board.
Well, SofM's just going to go for a repeat gank at the top side. Won't be able to find the opportunity. Zika respecting. I feel like we've seen this situation before. It was just the other way round, where TheShy was the one having to overextend and getting ganked repeatedly. This time, the wave does get crashed. Zika won't be able to cancel the recall, but he will be able to clear that vision.
Yeah, and the wave does eventually, as you said, crash. So not going to be in a bad position for too much longer. But yeah, just a little bit painful for this top lane matchup. The fact that TheShy was able to get that early kill, and you're just staying for way too long, holding the W after the flash and connecting it. Zika even tried to sidestep and couldn't manage it. Really well played from SofM.
Yeah, beautifully done from the side of SofM to find that. I think that was like max range stun as well. As Shun tries to move in, but too late to go for that blue buff. And now 1v1 between the junglers. Shun decides to back away. The bot lane's moving in. SofM's gone way too deep for this one. No flash available. No ult available. Has to use the Maw to escape. As Huanfeng jumps into the middle of everyone. That's going to be exhaust down onto him. On flashes out the top side of the fight. But he will go down. He'll be the sacrificial bull, as it were. And it'll be a pick for the side of IG. Bit of a weird one from Weibo.
Yeah, I have no idea why SofM just walked in. Like, I don't know if he just didn't see the Nautilus or something, but it's like, you know he's there, right? You're not level 6. You can't use your ult to reposition. You're down flash as well. Such a weird play. And in the end, it is On who is sacrificed. We saw some of that in game 1 where like SofM would get caught out and it would be On who died for him. Ultimately, it didn't go as bad as it could have, right? They only lost 1 member, and we saw the kill go over to Shinlu, so not the worst person to have it. But still, as you said, questionable from Weibo.
Which is not the first time we've said that this series either. It is day 1, right? I don't want to be too critical of the teams on day number 1 of the whole tournament. Plenty of time to improve. As On actually just get a headbutt Zika away. He's just trying to protect for SofM, who's going for this Rift Herald. This is the 19th time SofM will solo start the Rift Herald in today's series. This time, he will be able to get the Eye of the Herald, and he has his ult available, so he'll just dip over the wall and escape with his life. But Xin Liu wants a little bit more action. He's not spent much time in lane this game, has he? He has been all over the map.
Yeah, he really has. And ultimately, Wink hasn't died, but he will probably have a bunch of stacks built up. So definitely a delicate situation on those Draven stacks. And actually, the important thing to note is there was a mid-patch update to Draven. His stacks are worth even more now. It was like a, you know when they do a mid-patch just to adjust up to the initial one?
A hotfix, yeah.
Hotfix, yeah. And so his stacks are worth like, I think they took it from 2 gold each to 2.5 gold each. So it's like even more snowbally, even more Draven in your Draven.
Well, we'll see if Wink can find it. We've seen it before. And also, it's worth mentioning that, you know, Draven got changed a little while ago. I feel like a lot of people didn't notice this change, but his ult now has an execute on it where if your health is lower than the amount of stacks, or does it do more damage based on stacks? I can't remember exactly, but basically, Draven is more likely to one-shot you with his ult.
It deals true damage equal to the amount of stacks if it would like execute your target. So, for example, if he ults Huanfeng and Huanfeng's under 211 health, which is what his stacks are right now, he would just die. Which, I remember when they did this change, everyone was like, oh my god, this is sick. This is going to make Draven so strong. The fact you get stronger the more stacks you have. And then it came in and I was like, okay, this rarely actually occurs. Yeah. Like, when it does, it's sick, but it's like, it just didn't happen often enough to make that much of a difference. But yeah, it just makes him more volatile, right? You have all these stacks, your ult does bonus damage. If you cash them in, you get an extra like 550 gold just from like where he is right now. But if you die, you lose so many. I feel like this game is going to just be waiting and watching until Wink gets that first kill, if he gets that first kill before he dies.
We're waiting and watching the stacks on Wink. We're waiting and watching the level of TheShy. I feel like there's a lot of like patience that's required for this game. When it pops off, it will pop off big time though. And Yuekai, interestingly, go for an Imperial mandate there. He's looking to be the setup. He's not looking to be the carry in these fights. He wants to make sure the rest of his team can take over.
Yeah, so this is a build that we've seen a bit because what Swain can often do is you go the Rylai second. you already have like a decent amount of abilities to set up the mandate. But when you get that Rally second, when everyone gets in range of you, you keep them in range with the ultimate. So it's very powerful. It's a cheap item. Rylai's is also very cheap. They lowered the cost not too long ago. And then once you have Rylai's, you just instantly proc the mandate on everyone. And your allies are able to follow up on those procs and get a ton of damage. So not the most popular build for him. A lot more people build the Ahris, but definitely one that has cropped up a few times in solo queue and works to pretty great effect.
Certainly works if you're running a Draven, right? You want to set him up. But so far, it's Weibo with a minor gold lead. As the second drag of the game comes up, it does look like IG will be the ones to focus that, as SofM is on the top side. And that Herald that he has, only a quarter of its time left. I feel like it's itching. It's burning a hole in his pocket, and he will drop it towards this top side to try and set up for the TheShy.
And the TheShy's going AD Kayle again, which I do find a bit weird. Is it has tended to be the AP Kayle as the preferred build. And, you know, last game we were willing to give it a pass because of the damage profile. This game, you have more AD than AP. Like, your only AP threat really is the Ahri. So I don't really see the justification here. Regardless, it seems this is the build that TheShy prefers, and he will be pushed along towards that final build, getting those plates in, and has a pretty significant CS lead over Zika. We can see once the Kayle gets to this point where she's hit that level 6, much more competent, much more able to hold up in the trades against the Gnar.
SofM still wants to go for these dives. I mean, he walked past that control ward that he can definitely see, but deciding he wants to just put pressure onto Zika, it's not really that bothered about the ward itself. Will go for the reset and will head back to base himself. So Angel, in the meantime, gets to shove another wave in. And we return to the status quo as Xin Liu returns home to the mid lane once more.
He has spent so much time mid. Again, I found this weird because I thought the game plan this game would be try and play for the Draven, and that hasn't really occurred. But I feel like the game plan going forwards will be that. Now, something to note is IG do have those 2 dragons in pocket, so that third one will undoubtedly be a point of contention. But my prediction is that the next fight, the first fight we see, everyone on Weibo will be trying to just dive onto Wink and kill him. And if he dies, things are looking bad for IG. If he lives, things are looking good. You can see Weibo trying to set up a death brush for him. Gotta be careful. I mean, Wink walking up, but he's got a lot of stacks in pocket. Feels scary.
Yeah, it does. Sean wanted to get onto SofM there, who once again pushes in by himself, trying to be cheeky with it, which is just classic SofM, really. When you think about it,
oh, 314.
It's going to be Herald coming up. Yeah, 315 stacks on the Draven right now. Herald up in 45 seconds. I was hoping we would see the bot lanes rotate up there. We are seeing the recall come through. Out from Xin Liu. Will Wink return as well and head up towards that top side? It's possible. Looks like he is getting into a position for a reset, but maybe not. Just go for the crooks.
And TheShy now hitting level 11. Things are really getting painful for this Gnar. And this is why kind of like the pick made more sense here. Kind of memed about it in draft, like the fact he went 1-8 and then ran it back. But it wasn't a blind Kayle this time. It was a Kayle into the Gnar. And he's at this point where he just beats up the Gnar in mini, and as soon as the Mega Bar starts to build up, you back away. Now IG are looking for them.
Yeah, Sean wanted to go for the engage there. Nice dodge on the hook. SofM and the TheShy just split up and on now with the Hexgate finds a double knockup. A pick coming on through for the side of Weibo, but a stopwatch to slow things down. Zika trying to get in the middle of everyone, as is Yuekai. More knockups galore, but the TheShy free firing in the meantime. Look at Wink. He needs the stacks. He needs the kill. SofM manages to survive as it's a pull-in. Zika goes down. Oh, no! It's going to be an exhaust coming down as Wink in trouble. He's 2v1 and he doesn't have the damage. The stacks are gone and it's disaster for IG.
Absolutely doomed. So much potential money lost off the back of that. You could see Wink trying to get in the fight to find it. Didn't actually end up using the flash to get away there. But ultimately, On comes in with a fantastic engage, using the Hex Gates to get into the fight, to start things off, get into the back line. And then when things got messy, when everyone got up close and personal, the Kalista really was able to shine there.
And it's from bad to worse because the TheShy 2-0-4 managed to get the first tower of the game just there as well, and the Herald goes the way of Weibo.
I mean, this is painful for IG. If you're an IG fan, this one here, it's just the fact he had so much potential gold in the pocket with those stacks, and you can see the willingness to come over. But first, this fantastic flank from On. Finds his way in, flashes, doesn't even go for the normal pulverized combo because he wants to ensure they don't dash away. catches out the Nautilus, and as much as shunned by his time. This is when Wink joins the fight. He does ult, but SofM actually survives because of the Kayle ult and because of the passive invulnerability. The Alistar doesn't die because of the ultimate, and then the Kalista ultimate, and then he gets locked down in this situation. No way to turn it around.
That was so clutch from TheShy. I didn't even see the Kayle on SofM during the fight. Beautifully done by TheShy to save his jungler's life and deny those stacks from Wink. That was as close as they come, but Weibo managed to pull it out. Now 5k gold ahead as Angel looks for a pick onto Yuekai. There's a slow charm, will be able to land. SofM is here as well. Damage coming on through. Yuekai does have a good amount of sustain though, and now it's a turnaround as Shun returns to the play. There's the reset, but it's too late as SofM will fall and Angel has to dash away.
Yeah, still Trader kills. I think, honestly, IG could be happy with that when they are behind. And critically, jungler is down and Dragon is available, so they should be able to secure this one. This would be their third, and this could be their window into the game.
It's a gold bounty as well. Weibo know it. They don't want to allow this to go off without a fight. There's a pulverized Wink going to be caught. Flashes away, though, dodges the charm. And this should be Drake taken as On keeps himself safe. Xinliu low on HP. Dragon taken. There's the bounty. It's traded for a kill. Knock up onto Zika. Can he turn Mega? The answer is no. Wink trying to make things happen, but here comes TheShy. Wink alone in the world, and it's a double kill for Angel. Yes, they got the Drake. Yes, they got the bounty for that, but at the cost of 3 kills and probably a tower, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, they lose the stacks again. I mean, it's still there as a win con for IG. They've got the third dragon. The soul is potentially there, but they are 6,000 gold down. Weibo are so strong right now, and 3 dragons doesn't really matter unless you get that soul. And I have a feeling that that next dragon, Weibo will do their darndest to make sure it's protected and defended and to stop IG from even getting close. But here, that trade of kills meant that they were able to look for it, but in the extended fight, IG just not able to find it. And Xinliu over here goes for the auto and On and takes so much damage in return. It becomes such a precarious situation, and it looks like we don't get time for this.
Drake. He actually died to the Drake there because the Hextech Drake was chaining on everyone.
The Hextech Drake does so much damage, honestly.
That is unfortunate. Baolan wouldn't have died there, I'm just saying. No. It's going to be Herald down in the mid lane here for Weibo. And it will just be the tower finished off. Now potential engage, but On just going to Hex Smash away instead. SofM on the flank as the hook goes slightly wide from Xinliu. Yuekai there will find a pullback, maybe a pick onto On here. No ultimate available. Flash is, though, just came up in time, but I don't think it's going to really matter. Ult now comes on up. He buys a lot of time, and finally, some stacks for Wink. It is 148 bonus gold, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
there's a TP up to the top side.
That's not so much money compared to what it could have been. It's something, though. They get the kill, they get a bit of gold put in. They don't really lose too much off the back of that as well. It's at least something, and IG's unwilling to give this game over. 3 minutes until the next dragon. That's the thing, though. I will say for IGs, they don't have to contest this next dragon. They can leave it till later if they want to, you know, if they don't feel like they're in a comfortable position. They are the ones with 3 dragons in pocket. The problem is you're up against the Kayle, and this isn't a 1-8 Kayle. This is a 2-0 Kayle, right? TheShy has doubled the kills he got in the last game and is pretty fed.
Yeah, a 2-0-5 Kayle at 19 minutes with 212 CS. This is a giga Kayle. And not to mention, the Angel, he hasn't gone for a Banshee's second item this time. He's gone for a Medjai's, and he's currently on 12 stacks. This is not the Ahri that's going to struggle with damage that we saw in previous games. This is an Ahri that has big kill threat onto Wink, who has no cleanse.
And you know what? We kind of got it mixed up, Munch, because we were like, is it going to be an AP Kayle? Is it going to be an AD carry Kayle? This is going to be an AD bruiser Kayle. TheShy has grabbed a Warden's mail. As we said.
He's playing it like it's Vayne. He's playing it like it's Vayne.
Pretty much, yeah. He has his own meta, does his own thing. Looks like we're going to repeat of that in this game. Not sure I can necessarily agree, but it does make it so he is a harder target to take down.
It kind of makes sense, right, when you think about it. The fact that it's basically just AD threats on the side of IG. Like, if he could just survive the fights, he will just win through damage. So I can understand the logic, at least, of the build. Whether or not it's optimal is I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to Shakarez on Twitter, you know. But certainly I understand where he's coming from with the Warden's Mail coming on through there.
He did die 8 times last game. Yeah. Definitely wants to prevent that one.
Okay, Angel not going to be caught because he's Ahri. Just Spirit Rushes away, has a bit of honey fruit as well to keep himself comfortable there as TheShy pushing down in the bottom side, and crucially, a minute and 10 seconds until that next Drake comes up. TheShy with pressure in the bottom side, priority in the mid lane as well for Weibo. Feels like IG are going to have their work cut out if they want to contest vision.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I expected. The 3 dragons went over to IG, but the 4th, Weibo just wouldn't even let them get close. You can see Shun looking for the pick, but it's so difficult because SofM's hard to pick because there's the ult to dash away. Angel, I mean, obviously the Ahri has the ultimate, the triple dashes. And then On as well, the other person who's likely to be overextended is an Alistar, very tanky, and has the Kalista ult to yank him. Really, the best people that you're going to be able to pick are either Huanfeng or TheShy, and ultimately, Huanfeng's never really been alone, and TheShy is now at the point where I feel like you need like 4 members to take him down. He's level 15, nearly at the level 16 spike, but he has like 3 levels up in Zika. It's only Yuekai who's even close, and he's still 2 levels down. So I just feel like they would need so much to take down this Kayle right now.
I mean, it's going to be a tough one. Angel on the 3 items now as well. I feel like everything is in the pocket of Weibo, which is what we said last game as well. But we're a little bit further into this one as Angel goes for a 2v1 on the top side. Not something I was expecting to see, but I like it. I like what we're seeing here as he finds a couple more stacks for his Medjais. There's a stun, but it's onto the clone in the end as Shun tries to escape. Flashes away from the ulti, but TheShy is here. Everyone flashes over the wall, but Shun gets the blast code. They can't deny it at the end. But in the meantime, Drake now the target. Remember, 3 Drakes already for the side of IG, but Wink can't just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Huanfeng actually starting up to pull out of the pit. I think, you know, On was actually looking to flank around and block Shun, and then they realized, wait, guys, there is a Soul Dragon. We should probably prioritize that. They do head over and pick it up, and IG not even really much with a hope of contesting that one. You even see On trying to block the axes, because obviously if they hit a champion, they start to come back immediately. And Weibo will secure that first dragon for themselves, deny the soul from IG. It just gives them a bit... obviously, IG have time, but I feel like Weibo are the ones who are comfortable taking this one later. Randuin's now finished for TheShy, so we have that Bruiser Kayle coming in.
Yeah, we certainly do. And I just want to quickly mention, Angel has been having a great day for himself. You know, game number 1, I think he was... You know, the triple kill and the quadra kill fighting for himself on the Ahri. Now game number 3 as well. 5-0 and 5, 16 stacks on the Medjais. And being so confident to go for that 2v1 play up on the top side. Knew he had his team on the way. Happy to be that engage tool for the squad. Now Weibo with control of the map. It's Huanfeng knocked up by Xin Liu, but I don't think much more can come of this one. There's a TP. Here we go. Maybe a pick, maybe a chance. Zika in onto the fray, but Angel finds one for himself. Spirit Rush back over the wall, but he's alone on the wrong side of the map. Flashes out to safety. Yuekai in the middle of everyone, but totally alone. Not enough sustain on that one. He falls, and Angel got away with it as well. The cunning fox pulls the play off in the end, and Baron pings are coming out galore.
They try for an attempt, but even with Jinlu flashing onto Huanfeng, they don't even find a kill onto him. Everyone escapes from Weibo. They have all the DPS they need for Baron. So because Mega's about to time out, he's trying to look for something. I don't think you have a chance to find this. Shun might look for steal, but doesn't even have Smite available.
Yeah, he should be just zoned away from this one. But IG, I mean, the Weibo health bars are fairly low. TheShy moving forwards, trying to get damage onto Zika. Will be able to do so on low on HP, but has the Kalista ultimate. In comes Angel as well. IG just getting eradicated, and Weibo return to the Baron again.
Yeah, wanted to shut down the threat of the Wukong. Obviously, his Smite was coming up to him, and they weren't necessarily aware he didn't have it available. But they managed to take out the enemy jungler and AD carry, and now we'll be able to secure the Baron. 16 kills to 3, a stark difference from their game 2.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like game 2 was a bit of a happy game. As Huanfeng starts off by kind of getting picked off there, but Xin Liu actually hit a minion through.
Yeah, and ultimately On also doing a fantastic job of buying space, knocks everyone away. So even though the Nautilus does get on top of his AD carry, it is just the Nautilus, no follow-up damage. They try to chase down Angel, but Angel far too mobile. And then, I mean, this Swain, we talked about the Imperial Mandate. A big factor with that is being able to proc it on everyone, but also having people to, like, proc the other end of it, right? You need allies to deal damage to get the full value out of your build, so no real way it was going to be too much of a threat in that situation.
Well, we were counting down until TheShy got 16 in the last game, hoping that maybe it would matter. This game, there is no countdown. 25 minutes, he's already 16. He's already 3.5 items plus boots on top. And he is already an absolute monster to deal with for the side of IG. Pressuring in the bottom side, while the rest of the team hovering, trying to pressure in the mid lane as well. As they can just play this one slow and steady. They still have 2 minutes of the Baron to work with.
Still got plenty of time. Angel's going to be pushing that mid wave, but this tower's belongs to the Willow.
On goes for Wink, but headbutts him the wrong direction there. Big Gnarl out from Zika. Can they find TheShy? Good CC chain, but they couldn't quite finish him off. Tugged back into the middle of everyone. TheShy is down. Shut down for Yuekai, and maybe a chance for IG, but the health bars are low. There's one for Huanfeng. Angel still here. 3 stacks on the Spirit Rush, but I don't know about that one on. Just dives into the tower. And, well, it will still be the tower for Weibo. Angel wants a little bit more on this one. Goes to the Everfrost. The charm lands. That was gorgeous. 25 stacks, and Angel wants himself an MVP.
Angel playing so well. When everything else is a bit messy, right? The Shy caught out, on going back in to die. Angel is there for the cleanup. Beautiful charm landed. Now, Shunna's looking, but they are so scary right now. You don't have ultimate. I don't think you go for this.
I don't think so, and they're just buying space so SofM can pressure in the mid lane at the same time. Shun trying to do damage to SofM, but just the cannons alone would be enough to finish the tower, but SofM realizes he has to back away. His bot lane is not pushed anymore, will retreat. So for the time being, IG hold on to a fair number of towers.
Yeah, you can see On's thought process there to try and get the flash pulverized into knockback, but he gets interrupted, isn't able to find it. Then, you know, that big mix of damage coming in is enough to eventually take down the Shy, but Dragon spawned, and we're looking for that.
Yeah, it's going to be Zika. He's in Mega Gnar, but can he survive? I don't think he can. The Shy grabs a kill onto the enemy top laner, and with a pick like that, with Drake coming up, that's the hopes of Soul gone from the side of IG, I think, for the rest of the game, honestly, because I'm not sure we'll see another Dragon spawn. The Baron's still up for 3 seconds, and Weibo want to make use of that as the charm comes on through. The Shy over the wall, just into the middle of everyone. Wink 1 HP and wiped off of the face of the rift. It's going to be a clean ace here as Shun just does not have the damage. Angel looking for more. Orb of Deception in. Bit of damage out from the Shy. And it's another onto Angel. He's had a magnificent performance. A flawless game from the mid laner of Weibo. 9-0-9. It's beautiful to witness.
Just insane execution, honestly, from Angel on this one. Really well played throughout. Game 1 was similar. Yes, game 2 was a bit of a happy game, but Weibo very much showing why they were favorites in this one, and even cleaning up a final kill on the back end. First team to win a series in the summer split. I think Weibo definitely deserving of this one.
On spamming his cowbell at the end there. He knows how to win in style. Taking a leaf out of Wayward's book on this one. Beautiful stuff out from Weibo in games number 1 and number 3. We don't talk about game number 2. We'll pretend that one didn't happen, because that was something else. But Weibo, at the end of the day, a win is a win, and they get that win on the board.
Yeah, and I think On also someone who had a fantastic performance on the Rel, on the Alistar. And, you know, we came in today with a question